Okay, here we are back inside MatrixGold once again. Thanks for tuning in. Hope the videos are helping you in your designing process. If they are, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Definitely leave me a comment. Really appreciate that. Right now, we're just going to do something very quick. It's just like a concept video, so it's not going to be real detailed. It's just going to be showing how maybe to think about designing other things. So let's get going. We'll go to our tools. We'll just grab a ring rail and we'll hit enter. We'll just go ahead and slap a profile on here. And we'll change that profile a little bit. We'll just go to something basic and simple. Again, it's just a concept. You can do a lot with it, I think. So we'll just go ahead and take this one and let's see. Let's drag it out to maybe, we'll leave it at a 4. We'll just go ahead. We'll bump it up a little bit though. Take it to around, we'll just do a 2.5. And then we'll go ahead and hit enter. And we'll do a sweep 1 on that. This ring rail, that profile, hit enter. And there we go. Yeah, okay. All right, so we have this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take my yellow and change it to gray and hide it. So we have that, right? Now there's all kind of different ways. We could make a cut here, extract an ISO curve all the way around, going from here over to this side, and then draw the pattern out the way we want it on a auto base. That's one way of doing it. I'm just going to go ahead and do it a very simple way. But my sides of the ring will not be the same pattern all the way around. It'll just be the top and the bottom, and the sides will be a little bit different. But again, there's all different kinds of ways to do this, right? So I hit enter to accept that. I'm going to right click on my line to get both lines, right? Or both sides rather, and I'm going to hit F4 so I go in the center, and I'm just going to draw that out something like that, and then I'll go and grab that curve and go to my offset, and we will offset it. That's a little out there, but it doesn't matter. We can go ahead and just select that curve and just kind of maybe bring it in just a little, something like that there. And I'm going to go and I am going to turn on my points on this, and then I'm going to select that curve again, and I am going to rebuild it. So type in rebuild in the command line, hit enter. 7 points. We want more than 7. Keep it at degree 3. MatrixGold gods say that degree 3 is probably best. So degree 3 is the highest you probably want to go. But, again, that's totally up to you. We'll put some points on it here. And I want 1 point right in the center there. Maybe a couple more. But I do want 1 point in the center. So we'll go ahead and bump it all the way up to 15 and then hit enter, right? And then we'll go ahead and put it on a wireframe there so we can kind of see. And I want to select that point, every other point on my surface, that's on my surface. And then I will drag it, we'll drag it this way a little bit. And then I'm going to go and select all those points that I did not select, and we're going to drag them this way a little bit. So it goes something like this. So we have a little snake going through the middle of our ring there. All right, and then I'll just click off on those points. And then I'll take that curve and I will go to project to my surface there, and then it'll hit enter and it'll project to the top, which is what we want, and then I'll hit enter so we have that curve going around our surface, right? Something like that there. And we'll just keep those points right there for right now. And actually, let's just go ahead. We don't really need that one, I don't think. So let's go ahead and grab that offset or that projected curve there, if we can grab it. There we go. Oh, it's grouped. Okay, so we'll ungroup that. And let's go ahead and grab that one on the inside there. And we'll change that to a gray as well. Get rid of it. We don't need that one. We'll grab this one here. and we will go ahead to tools and slap a profile on there. Give it a second here. What's going on? Well, okay, I got that curve. Go to profile. Okay, there we go. We got that profile. Let's go to all perspectives, and I'll just kind of straighten that prong out, or that. Let's see if I can do it from the Z. Yeah, there we go. I slapped it to the Z, and I'm going to take that profile and change it, and we'll just do something like this here. So I'll double click on that, and then we will kind of bring that in quite a bit, and we'll bring it down quite a bit, and maybe in some more. We don't need it that wide, I don't think. We're just going to do a little something crazy here, play around. I'm going to select that. I'm going to flip it 180 degrees and hit enter. So now it's deep inside our ring there. And I just want to, that's too deep. So let's go ahead and, yeah, we'll offset that a little bit, and we'll drag it. It's about a half millimeter. Well, it's about a quarter millimeter. Let's drag it in just a little bit more, something like that. And we'll just do an auto sweep on that, so it'll flow it all the way around for us, right? And then we'll hit enter. And then we'll take that poly surface there, and we will change it to a cutting layer, and we will go ahead and mirror it to our other side. And then we'll switch it to our X and turn on Y, and then hit enter. So we have something like that going on, right? And again, like I said, if you do you make the little cut here and a little cut over there, and then do the auto base, you'll get the whole thing where you can manipulate the entire curves. Right now I'll have these going more straight, and then my design on the top and design on the bottom, right? So we'll just go ahead and say this is kind of what we want, but you can do it. There's so many different designs and ways, and using different profiles to make all kinds of really cool stuff like this. So we'll take this, and we will do a Boolean difference. This will be our first surface. Enter this. Get rid of that. This will be our second surface, and this one here, right, will be our second surface. And then we'll hit enter. And we have a little cutout there. And then we'll hit enter. So now we have something like this. And again, if you think it's too deep, we have total control here. We can go back and maybe bring that up just a little, and then hit enter, and it'll change the depth of our cut. If you wanted to go in and change it to so that it's a little wider, you could also do that as well, and then hit enter. So there's all kind of manipulation there. We'll just say that this is kind of what we're going for, right? Now I'm going to go ahead and select all that and change that to gray, because we definitely want to keep that, right? And from here, what I'm going to do is we have that cutout going all the way around. So I'm just going to go to my solids, which we're already at, and then go down here to extract surface. Select surface to extract. That'll be this one here. I'm going to hit enter, and I'm going to change that to something like this here. And now I'm going to go to my top viewport, right? And I am going to go to my gems and gems on surface. And the reason why I wanted one of those points in the middle is because now I can place a stone right here in the middle, right? And select my surface where I want my stone. I'm going to try and grab it as close to that center as I can, so I don't have to manipulate it too much. There we go. And then we'll just kind of make this a little smaller, something like that perhaps. And then hit, oh, we need to place it. So we'll come in here, placement, we're going to drag it down just so it's right around the top, right in there, right? And then we'll go ahead and hit, well, we want to place some more stones. So we're going to come over here, and we're going to place one like right in here. And we can accept that, right? And we can take, if we hold down shift and control, we can select that block instance, and we can mirror that over to our other side. So now we have the 3 there, right? And then hit enter. Now we're going to take all this and go ahead and join it back together again. And we'll change that so it's not killing our eyes there. And then we'll go ahead and select select our gemstones, and we will mirror those, I think, in our Z direction. And so now we have some down here, right? So we're going to go ahead and hit enter. So we have some 3 up here, and we have 3 down there, right? It's kind of going to be a reversible ring, just concept design, right? So we'll go ahead and select our gemstones. We'll go to cutters, grab some cutters out here, and these cutters we want to manipulate in a very specific way because they're going to be a circle set, gypsy set, or flush set, or however you want to call them. It has many names. And let's go down here to this one here. This should be fine. We'll go ahead, and we want that girdle to go up more, right? And we want to drag that up maybe a little bit. And our placement, we want this area to go right in here, right? Somewhere where it's right on our girdle there, right at the bottom of our girdle, perhaps. And then also we want to make it so that it has room to be seated correctly. So we'll just give it a little edge there, right? And we'll go ahead and hit enter on that. We'll change it back to this layer here. We'll go to our solids. We will go to Boolean difference, this surface here, which, let's click off that real quick. I want to make sure that's, oh, let's get rid of this. Oh, I clicked on it twice. So I must have accepted it as a cutting thing or something. So it's going to take a little time to realize that's not what I wanted to do. Can't get click happy with it, that's for sure. I'll lock it up for a few minutes. So we'll just wait for this. There we go. We're back. It didn't do anything. It said, okay, you're a dummy. Let's see, it says varies. Okay, it says close poly surface. Okay, so let's do that Boolean. First surface, enter, and then our cutters, and then enter. And then enter again, right? And now we want to get rid of that surface that was not cut, right? Did I get rid? Oh, okay. This surface here, and we want to hide that one. We want to have our cutouts there, right? Now there's a couple things to make it look a little nicer and a little more probably smoother, easier for the customer to wear, right? So we're going to go to our fillet edge here, and we're going to go to blend edge, and hopefully, yeah, it went ahead and took them all. We'll take that one, this one, and this one. That those edges right there, right? And we'll just take those for right now. We'll go to preview yes, because that way we can change it. If right now at 1, it's going to blow on us. So we'll go ahead and hit enter and wait for it to explode on us and look all kind of crazy. And that's what's going to happen. Because there's definitely not a 1 in there, right? So now we can come down here and select all, and we can change that amount. So I'll take it down to I just want a little smoothness on it. So I typed in a 0.1 and give it a second for it to update. But this 0.1 should be more small, very small enough, I would think. Okay, and there's our 0.1, and what it did is just rounded those off a little bit. So now the sides will be a little bit easier for the customer to wear, right? And then we'll hit enter and give it a couple more seconds here to lock all that in. I mean, this is just because you can create all kinds of really different kinds of patterns that broke our history, which I'm not really worried too much about. Now what we want to do is do that blend command one more time. So I'll click in my command line. I'll go to blend edge, and I will select this edge, this edge, this edge, this one. So it'll give us that look of being gypsy set or circle set, right? Because it's definitely not straight up and down. And we'll take that one, and we'll go. We have preview yes, so let's go ahead and accept that, and it'll do those little cuts, which will be no problem. I think we can go maybe a little bit bigger here. So I'm going to go ahead and try set all. And I'll do a 0.2 on this one. Just to give it a little bit more. Ooh, whoa, okay. 0.2 way too big. All right. And we'll go back to that 0.1. Let's try a 1.5. See what that does. Yeah, there we go. And it looks a little bit more like what it's supposed to look like, right? Yeah, where it's got the going around. All right, so we'll just go ahead and take that. And we'll check it, make sure we still have a closed poly surface. Next thing we want to do is we want to go in here. We're going to go ahead and we are going to nuke this ring, explode it. And we're going to take this surface here. And we'll go ahead, hold down shift and take this surface over here, this surface here, and that surface there. And we're going to change that to this, right? So we have something like that going on, right? And let's swing this around to where it's supposed to be. And now what we're going to do, we have our cutouts there. We could probably do those, blend it around there to make those a little bit rounded as well, right? So we could do the blend and then just select oh, it's exploded. It won't work. It's not a solid anymore. We'll have to make it solid. Should have done that before we blew everything up. Let's go ahead and take all green though, and we'll join that back together because there's probably different pieces in there. And we'll go ahead and grab all that center stuff there, and we'll go ahead and join that because it was in two different pieces. Right now it's just all one, right? Okay, and then we'll just kind of set it up here. Just to give you a look-see at what this kind of design, it's 4 millimeters wide. So let's go ahead and do a, whatever that is, a render, right? And I'll kind of, we'll snap it right over in here. And let's see. All right, so we have that, and we'll just go ahead and go to ray traced. And right now it's looking like this. We'll go ahead, we'll just use our render materials. So we'll just grab all our green, render that in white. And then we will grab all that other color, right? And we will come down here to probably maybe this black matte here. Matte finish, and we'll go ahead and click that and we'll apply that. Take that poly surface. Okay, there, it applied it. There we go. So now we have something like this going on, right? Now what we're going to do is we're going to take, well, we'll go back to our shaded here, and we'll select this gem, these two gems, and we'll change them to this color here, right? Something like that. And then what I'll do from here, since we have it, is I'm going to go ahead and take this. I'm going to hold down Alt and drag it out a little bit, right? So now we have a dupe, and we can manipulate that dupe without anything else moving. So no big deal. And I don't know, kind of flip it around, right? So it's something like this, maybe. And then we have the blue stones here on the bottom and there, and then we have the other stones here and there. So what you can do is you can say, okay, we want these blue stones here. We want them to be diamond, and apply those. And then we can go and say, okay, we want these lighter colored stones to be different, so that's reversible, right? So go to gems. I don't know. Let's try ruby. I like rubies or sapphires. Sapphires are always good. Blue sapphire. We'll try blue sapphire. And then we will add that in there. And we'll just go to our ray traced here. And let's go ahead, close that out, close that out, close that out. And we don't have anything selected, so we'll go to black shiny, add that in there, right? And we can put a light in there to brighten it up, right? Turn off our ring rails. let's see, we'll go to cutting layer and we'll turn off any yellow we might still have out there. And I'm going to turn on my denoiser so it speeds up the, there we go. See, it's looking a lot better. Now let's go to our documents, used, right? And we have the sapphire there. So we need to preview render, right, in ray trace so that our sapphire will look a little bit. And then of course we can give it some more luminance, sapphire, make it a little bit brighter, or we can add some stones on there. But there you go, just a real quick concept design ring that you know, you can draw all kind of patterns out there, and you know, there's a lot you can do, adjusting and using different profiles and different designs. But for his and her thing, reversible, pretty cool. So I just thought maybe I'd throw that out there. Hopefully you like it. If you do, please leave a comment. Really appreciate that. Like the video, share it, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and good designing.